These Semana Santa processions, particularly the grand and even glamorous ones in Andalusia, are deeply rooted in tradition. There are elements that make these religious spectacles really grand. The richly and elaborately decorated tronos carrying the venerated images, the bands, music, the trained costaleros, the occasional petalas and saitas. There are challenges to these spectacles, however. In addition to the very heavy tronos weighing up to 3 tons, there are narrow passages, difficult salidas through narrow doors, quick and well-synchronized levantas, to name a few. These require careful and serious preparations and rehearsals. These are what we are surveying today, to which we are reacting and giving our analysis to. The Semana Santa preparations and rehearsals in Sevilla and beyond. Here, on my Barrio, my Mundo, Semana Santa in Spain. Watch, now comes a quick levanta. We're now seeing the processional image Nuestro Padre Jesús del Soberano Poder in Sorprendimiento. That's a mouthful, which is carried by dedicated teams of costaleros. There are 40 of them. The selection and organization of costaleros or bearers involve a process known as the iguala, where participants are arranged according to height to ensure the paso or the procession is balanced during the procession. Following the iguala, costaleros participate in rehearsals to participate for the procession. El Puente 7 documented their very detailed preparation. After this iguala process, we will follow this group as they rehearse. Now, let's watch them as they make this difficult maneuver, as they bring out this training throne outside. Notice how narrow is the passage. Notice the iron bars loading to simulate the weight. Here's a sample of a maneuver. Gentle, well choreographed turn. And here's the quick and well-sing levanta. How did you find it? Notice the shoes of the costalero, exposed for the capataz to see who is not sync in marching. The costaleros or bearers are organized into teams, each led by a capataz or foreman who, with the assistance of the cofradías or the assistant foreman, directs and guides them through the procession. Well-dressed capataz, almost a dress rehearsal for him. I see danger for those who are next to the poles. Are they wearing steel toes? I'm wondering. Of all the pasos I've seen personally, this one is my favorite. I think it's the richly decorated float, and look at the candles. Add to that the music. It's really grand. The timing also helps. Now is the perfect lighting condition for the candles to shine in their full glory. Now let's take a look how they are preparing for this. Did you see the guy copying the levanta with the baby? Rewind to see it again. That was really fun. Did you hear what the capataz said? With grace and with art. This is choreography. They're not just carrying the throne. I can't imagine keeping the rhythm against the natural pendulum of the weight above. That can be a challenge, I think. At this point, about talking and reacting on the costaleros. Historically, until 1973, they were professional laborers who received payment for their services. Meanwhile, let's see the preparations for this beautiful paso. In 1973, that year, the first group of Brotherhood or Hermanos took on the role of voluntarily making a significant shift in tradition. Today, the vast majority of costaleros are dedicated members of their respective brotherhoods, performing this duty as an act of faith and penitence without monetary compensation. The only known exception is the Brotherhood of Santa Marta, which continues to employ professional costaleros. You're now seeing them in action. Still in Andalusia, this time in Cadiz, we are watching the Santo Entierro, processioning the dead Christ, commemorating his death. For many, serving as a costalero is considered a profound honor and a tangible expression of their faith. This is very moving scene for me. Let's see the preparations involved to create this scenario. I remember a neighbor at a hotel in Seville. That year, it rained so hard that they suspended the pasos or the processions. He cried in disappointment, really, and he did not come out of his room for 3 days. Just to illustrate their commitment, the dedication, and devotion. Now let's take a look at the preparations, the rehearsals to produce this spectacle. In preparation for the processions, costaleros participate in rigorous training and rehearsals to ensure they can bear the weight of the pasos, which can be substantial, and coordinate effectively with their fellow team members. This commitment reflects the dedication and reverence that the costaleros have for their role in these significant religious events. I find the music of the Santo Entierro really moving. And with this clip of the Santo Entierro in Cadiz, I'd like to leave you, thanking you for joining me today as we survey the preparations for Grand Semana Santa celebrations in Andalusia, particularly in Seville and in Cadiz. Thank you for joining me. This has been Romulo, sharing places, events, and cultures here on my Barrio. Thanks to the very beautifully shot videos of the owners, and if you want to see the complete videos, they are in the description box. Thank you to all of you.